So we had our community-wide yard sale on the weekend, and it wasn't as good as previous years, but I did manage to grab a few things. So we'll start with this. So this is a display port to VGA adapter. It's Apple branded. I paid like 25 cents for that. I don't have a use for it right now, but I figured, you know, these kind of adapters, they come in handy sometimes, so I grabbed it. Then I got this LED light, so it's like a strip light, and it plugs into a USB port. I've tested it, it works. It only has one setting, and it's not all that bright, but it's not too bad. I think this was 50 cents, so not a bad deal. I don't know how much they are if you buy them at like Walmart or whatever, but probably a bit more than 50 cents. So anyway, got that, and that'll come in handy. I picked up this clock. You can see that the bottom is taken off of it. I'm working on the module because there's something wrong with it. It doesn't work. But anyway, I cleaned it up a little bit. It had some corrosion on it. You can see that I sanded it. Probably not the best way to clean it up, but the corrosion was pretty bad down here, so I think a battery must have leaked. I did clean this up a little bit too, but I haven't been able to get it working yet, so we'll mess around with that a little bit sometime later. But anyway, this is a Diana and Charles wedding clock. It's all brass. It's kind of weird that it's a quartz movement and all brass, but it is, and I'm glad to have it. I don't really care so much about the royal stuff, but it's not a bad looking clock. And I picked up this box of cassettes. It's just kind of a mishmash of different types of music and stuff. And some of them aren't music. There's ones like this that are paperback audio books. I listened to this one the other day. It's kind of interesting. If you can find it online or on YouTube, it's probably worth listening to. I wouldn't buy the book and read it, but it was interesting to listen to. And then there's a few like this. This one's London Town. Billy Ray Cyrus. Not a big fan of Billy Ray Cyrus, but it's in there. And then there's a few of these blank cassettes that somebody recorded on. I can't see what that says. I think it says Powder Blues. Like I said, don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell. And Elvis, Christmas. No clue, I can't read that. Anyway, there's a bunch of different stuff in here. I think there's a George Carlin, if I remember right. There's Jimmy Buffett and Bette Midler. Not a big fan of Bette Midler either, but oh yeah, there's George Carlin. Haven't listened to it yet, but I'll probably listen to it sometime. And I picked up this camera. This is a SX130IS, very similar to the camera that I picked up last year. This one was $5. It was the only camera that I saw at the yard sales I went to. And the one I picked up last year was a PowerShot SX260HS. So a newer model. It does 1080p. This one only does 720p. So I'm not sure that I'll use this for videos. I might try it out for a future video, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, let's turn it on. And you can see the date and time popped up. It doesn't save it because the battery here is dead. This is like a little watch cell battery. I've never seen a camera that took one of these before. It takes a little watch cell battery in the side to save the date and time, and probably some other settings. So I gotta replace that, but anyway, it does work. So not a bad little camera for the $5 I paid for it. And I picked something up on AliExpress. This came in the mail today. I waited about 2 weeks for it, which wasn't too bad. I think I paid around $29 for it, and that included shipping. So not a bad deal. It's a desoldering pump. It's not exactly the same as what's on the picture. Mine's a black one, and it's a bit of a newer version. So this is the old version. It's a 220 volt desoldering pump, and I do have a way to run this. I bought a step-up transformer, step-up, step-down transformer, and I got that on Amazon a couple weeks ago for $20. And like I said, this was $29. I figured I'd try this out. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work with my step-up, step-down transformer yet, but I'm hoping it will. So anyway, let's take a look at it. We'll test it out on another video. And the one I've been using for the past couple of weeks is this. And I did modify it again. So I had a longer tube on it. I cut the tube down and shortened it and modified it again just to make it a little bit better, and it did improve it some, but it worked okay before. So anyway, let's take a look at this thing. So like I said, this is a newer version than the one that's pictured on the box, but I don't know what the difference is, except for on the older one, the cord came out of this piece, and people were having a lot of problems with the strain relief, but they've improved it on the newer version. So it's got, I'm not sure what kind of plug that is, European I think, but that doesn't matter because like I said, I have the step-up, step-down transformer, and it should work. So this is only 30 watts, so I'm not sure if it's going to be all that great. This thing here is 45 watts, and it just barely does the job. So who knows, but I'm hoping it'll work okay.